Welcome back, everybody. Driver53 here, and today I've got a video looking at the production chains and more specifically the sunflower oil factory here. Now, disclaimer, these are not the production chains from FS22. These are the Placeable Factories packs that are available from erShaba on the Mod Hub. These are available to all players, console, PC, doesn't matter if you're Xbox One, PlayStation 4, 5, everybody has access to these right now. And the reason I'm calling these production chains is because you're able to take a product and put it into a factory, take the output from that factory, put it into another factory, and then get the output from that factory and then go to another factory, right? So sunflower oil right here, this is the second step to a three-step process to be able to get a finished product. And what is that product? Well, that product is going to be potato chips. So you're going to need more inputs other than just oil, but you link all of these together. And what are links? Links are chains. So this is a production chain. Now, I'm saying this because I don't want to mislead anybody to thinking that this is something that it's not. I put production chains on the thumbnail and the title because that's actually what they are, right? And to maybe draw a little bit more attention, so hopefully some more players would want to use these. I know they had some problems whenever they first came out. erShaba and the VSR team has done an amazing job getting these things working better. I'm not saying they're perfect, but they are working better. Okay, now what map am I on? I'm on Ravensberg right now. And the reason I chose Ravensberg is because everything seems to work well. Okay, I'm not having any big issues. There are a couple slight little things, but it's not hindering the gameplay at all here. So if you're interested in using these and maybe preparing for FS22 when that launches here in Q4 of 2021, think about using these. I know the map isn't for everybody. It's got a lot of big spaces. You can make a lot of really big fields. Play it as an American style map if you want to, or if you're into European play, it's got that too, right? It's already set up for that. So what we have here is the sunflower oil factory. Well, how does it work? Well, you're going to come over here and it's going to work like an animal pen, right? So if I move these over, I can do two items. It's production level 1 and production level 2. If you only move 1, you're at 1. If you move 2, it jumps you up to the next production level. You're going to hit confirm and then it's good to go and it turns on. So what do you need to put in here to be able to make your sunflower oil? Well, what you need is sunflower seeds. Now, I don't have any in over here right now because it used almost all of them, right? There's just a few more down there. But right here is where you're going to put in your sunflower seeds. Next, right here, this is item number 2 that you're going to need. So this is biodiesel, okay? You're either going to use biodiesel or you can use regular diesel again. Now, how do you get biodiesel? Well, I already made a video on it showing it off. I'm going to go ahead and link it up here above. So it's also one of these factories, the Placeable Factories. So this is step number 2 in the chain of 3, because you take your biodiesel, that's step 1. This is step number 2. Now, the question is, how much is it going to take? Well, let me go ahead and show you some slides here. We'll go over all the data, and you guys are going to see all the volumes that it takes to be able to produce, how much, and the profitability of this factory as a second link in the chain if you decided to sell at this point right here. All right, so as you can see, I've got production level 1 and production level 2 both listed on this chart. The top line is number 1, the bottom line is number 2. We produce 60,000 liters of product for each production level. All right, so how many days did it take me? Production level 1, it took 6.5 days to be able to produce 60,000 liters. Production level 2, it took 4.375. So what's that mean? A quarter of a day is 6 hours. So it was like 4 days and about 7 hours, maybe 8 hours, somewhere right there. I was actually thinking it was like 4 days and 7.5 hours is what it was. So that's our calculation that we're going to use for all of our stuff down here to figure out per day profit and usage and things like that. Next, we got total production per day. And this goes right back to that column we were just talking about. You're going to be able to produce 9,231 liters of sunflower oil on production level 1 if you have everything in here, right? So if you have a gap where you don't have any product, you're obviously not going to be able to produce this much, but as long as you have enough product going in, you're going to be able to be good to go and get 9,231 liters per day on production level 1. Production level 2, it's going to be 13,714 liters. So you can see there's a jump of about 4,500 liters there. Really, really nice. Really nice bump up. So it's about 50% more is what you're going to see here on this factory. So I forgot to mention this. Your maximum capacity of this silo right here for your sunflowers. On production level 1, it's 100,000 liters of sunflowers. Production level 2, it's 200,000 liters of sunflowers. Your fuel right here, on production level 1, it's 25,000 liters, and production level 2, it's 50,000 liters. So speaking of diesel, how much do we use? So for production level 1, you're going to use 16,200 liters of fuel, whether that's biodiesel or regular diesel. If you use biodiesel, it's going to be cheaper because you've already produced it, right? So it's a lower cost now, because we know that diesel goes from about 15,500 liters of diesel put in, you get 60,000 liters out, right? So it's a lower cost. On production level 2, you're going to use 21,786 liters of diesel. So how much is that per day? Well, it's about 2,500 liters per day on production level 1, and it's about 5,000 liters on production level 2. Really, really interesting, right? And the reason the numbers are like double is because it's getting quicker, right? Your production level 2 is so much quicker, it uses so much more per day. Now, how much sunflowers do you use per day? Production level 1, it's about 65,000 liters, all right, total. And on production level 2, it's about 87,500 liters. So per day, that's going to be almost 10,000 liters per day that you're going to need to be able to put sunflowers in here on production level 1, and it's 20,000 liters on production level 2. So as long as you're harvesting and you're putting that in here, you're totally fine. You don't have to fill that bunker up all the way to 200,000. You can just keep putting 20 in every single day, and you're going to be fine on production level 2, or 10,000 on production level 1. So what is the sell price? The sell price for sunflower oil average right now is about $2,471, $2,471. How did I get that? I looked at all the prices. There's like 4 or 5 places that you can sell sunflower oil on this map. I averaged them all together, and I came up with $2,471. Could this price go up if you get a lot better sell price? Absolutely, right? There was highs and lows, so it's obviously higher than this. But on average, that's what I saw, so that's what we're using here for the data. So how much profit is 60,000 liters of sunflower oil at 2,471 per 1,000 liters? Well, it's going to be about $148,260. That's a really, really good profit. Okay, so next, how much does your diesel cost? So per liter, it's going to be 32 cents. And we know that from our biodiesel video that we did earlier, where we showed that it's going to be greatly reduced because it's about 4 times less. We know the diesel starts out about $1.25, and now it's going to come down to 32 cents per liter. For production level 1, we know that we use 9,231 liters. And if you multiply that by 32 cents a liter, it's going to come out to about $5,200 is what you're actually spending to be able to do that. Now, you didn't spend it on this exact step here. You had spent that before, right? But it's still a cost in this total productivity, right? Because you've already incurred that price. So if you don't sell any of your biodiesel from before and you bring it straight over here, you still have that initial cost associated with it to be able to bring it to this step. So it's about $5,200 if you make a full 60,000 liters in production level 1. If you're using production level 2, it's going to be almost $7,000 because you're using 13,714 liters of diesel, biodiesel. Now, do you have to use strictly biodiesel? Absolutely not. You can use regular diesel if you want to, but this cost of your biodiesel used is going to go up drastically because it's 4 times more expensive, roughly, right? At $1.25 instead of 32 cents. Now, how much profit do you get on the whole process? So we know our sale price was $148,260. If you take out your fuel cost, okay, on production level 1, it's going to be $143,076. And that's going to come out to a profit per day of $22,012. All right. Now, production level 2, we can see that at $148,260 minus your fuel cost of $69,712, it's going to be $141,288. Yes, it is less, but look at the last column here. Per day, you're going to make $32,295. Now, once again, this is just a general average. If you get a much, much better price on the cost of this oil, then you can get, a lot more profit, right? a ton more profit. But the reason you're making more profit on production level 2 than 1 is because it's taking you like 2 days less to be able to make it all, right? So per day, you're able to crank out a lot more and get that money back faster. So if you run production level 2 and you can keep feeding it, right, you can do 180,000 liters of product on production level 2 as opposed to 120,000 liters of product over on production level 1. So basically in the same amount of time, you're getting an extra 60,000 liters. Now, does it cost more product and fuel and everything going in? Absolutely. But if your farm is big enough to be able to do that, then that's an advantage to you, right? So I'm really excited about this one. Not only because of the profit that you're seeing here, but the next step. And what's the next step? Well, let's come over here and take a look. So what we're going to do, we're going to hop into our tractor right here. And this is the loading wagon that we talked about in one of the very first videos, right? And as you can see, it automatically loads everything onto it. The animations show it's perfect. It's going to hold about 20,000 liters of product. So what are we going to do? Well, we got to fill up a full 20,000 liters here, and I want to show you what we're going to do. All right. So you've got 3 options that you can do with this product. Okay. Option number 1 is you can sell it. Option 2 is you can store it. Now, why would you want to store it? Well, maybe because you don't have enough factories, right? We're only allowing or recommended to use 6 factories right now. And if you're cranking out this on a couple different ones, then you need to maybe get rid of a factory to be able to build a new factory. So if we want to store it, okay, because we don't have the next factory in line yet, but we still want to keep this around. Well, we've got 2 silos over here. One is our liquid silo, and it's the all-in-one. All right, I'm going to put the link down below for this silo right here. And this is sunflower oil. So you would think that it would go in here, right? Well, it's not. It's actually going to go in this one here. Your regular grain silo, you can see it's going down. My animation shows that I'm losing a pallet right here. So that's option 1. If you want to store your product, it's going to go in that bigger silo. Now, are there other silos that it could work with? Possibly. I'm not 100% sure because I haven't tried them all out yet. I'm going very minimal on my mods here because of all the conflicts that I did have on the first 2 that I made. I wanted to just make sure that I was making videos here and using minimal mods that were working without conflicts. So option number 2, let's use it in the next factory. This is our potato factory, or potato chip factory, right? Big bag of chips. So you back up right here, right? And then whenever you turn this factory on, over here, it's going to start loading in, just like a tipper. All right, so right here, we're going to buy one of these. We're going to confirm, okay? Now, if we come back around over here to the other side, you're going to be able to see my animation is going down. I had to pull forward just a little bit, but you can see it's actually getting rid, and you can see my volumes going down. So perfect. So that's 2 options that you have. Third option is to sell it. And where do you sell it? Well, here on this map, there's multiple places, but I'll show you how to do it. So we're going to drive around over here to the harbor and sell a little bit of this. All right, so here we are. We're coming up on the sell point right now, and all you're going to have to do is just drive over top of it just like you normally would with any other sell point, right? And it's going to automatically start doing it. It's going to go ahead and start taking the product automatically for you. You don't have to unload it, do anything. Now, if you want to use a more traditional method, absolutely, go right on ahead, right? If you want to load all these pallets up onto a truck and a trailer and haul them off that way, feel free. This is not the only way to do it. Just be warned, if you're handling them manually, you may have to hold them off the ground. If you set them on the ground, they may not unload. I was having that issue on a different map that I was using, and when I came over here, I got this piece of equipment to be able to work, and we're all good now. So, just please remember, not everything may work exactly 100%. I'm getting it to work for me right now, but like I said, I don't have any other mods right now that are conflicting. You may, unfortunately, run into some mod conflicts, all right? And if you do, just please kind of take the time, think about, analyze what's going on, and let's not bash erShaba. erShaba has done an amazing thing here by giving us these mods. It's going to help us get ready for FS22. It really, really is. I'm super, super excited about this. I've got other videos in this series as well. We looked at biodiesel. We looked at boards to be able to make barrels. And now we're looking at the sunflower oil here to be able to make potato chips. We're also going to be looking at flour. We're going to be looking at sugar. There's other packs also that aren't just this one. We're going to be looking at some seeds. We're going to be looking at TMR, pig food, different things like that. I think there might be a cheese one also where you bring milk in and have a factory for cheese. So a lot of really, really fun videos that are going to be coming up here really, really soon. If you guys are really interested in that type of video, definitely think about hitting that subscribe button. And if you do, hit the notification bell too. Have a great day, night, evening, everybody. Until next time, this is Driver 53 signing off.